Hi to all of my favorite book girlies, welcome to or back to my channel. Today we are doing my January and February reading wrap up. I'm gonna just do this like every 2 months instead of every month because I'm a full-time college student. It is very hard for me to read a lot during the month sometimes. Sometimes I'll read quite a bit, sometimes I won't. Like for example, these 2 months, January I only read 3 books and February I read 4 books. So not a ton. I mean, it's still a lot of books to me, but like when I watch reading wrap-ups, I want a lot of content. I want a lot of books to get recommendations off of. So I'm just gonna do every 2 months. So also, before we get into it, if you do subscribe to me, you probably noticed I didn't post last Sunday. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
I filmed an entire video and it was just, I just hated it. Like everything was going wrong about it. I got the audio back, well, let me rewind. It was not wanting to upload onto my iPad, so I couldn't even edit anything. And then once I finally got it onto my iPad, I realized my dog was like crunching on something in the background. And then I just hated everything and I was just like, you know what, it's just not going out. It's not getting posted. So, sorry you guys didn't get a video last Sunday, but I'm here now. So let's get into my January and February reading wrap up. Obviously I said I read 3 and 4 books, so we have 7 books to go through. The first book I read in January was Empire Flame and Thorns. This is the first book in a fantasy series. Pretty much in this world there's the Fae and then there's the Dragon Shifters, and so the Dragon Shifters hate the Fae because they like treated them terribly long time ago, and so now they pretty much have made like the Fae live in poverty and just like they live not well. Okay, they're not treated very good, but the Dragon Shifters do these trials. I don't remember like how many, okay, it doesn't say on the back, but I don't remember like how many years they do it because it's not every year. I think it's like every 100 years or something crazy like that, but they do these atonement trials where you can go in and whoever wins the atonement trials gets like free will. They can go do whatever they want. So Selena goes in to try to win the atonement trials, and all of the Fae have like different powers, and Selena's aren't really the best for the trials. Like most people who are going in there have like really strong powers. She has the power to control emotions, so not a bad power, just not maybe for the trials. But she goes in wanting to win, and then there is the commander of the Dragon Shifters, and he is determined not to let her get in these trials. So he is constantly like trying to ruin her chances, and the more that happens, the more time they're spending together. So while she's angry that he's like trying to ruin her chances to win these trials, she also is starting to fall for him and he's falling for her. And this was really good. I rated this 4 stars. This is a really short book. It's not long at all. I'm not sure if they get bigger as they go through the series. I didn't end up reading the next book. Did I say what I rated it? I don't know. If I did, I'm telling you again, I rated it 4 stars. This was really good. However, I think I would have rated this higher had I been more in a fantasy mood. I think I was kind of falling out of a fantasy mood and then I was struggling to read it. So I decided I didn't want to go into the next book because of that, and I didn't want to like force myself to read the second one and then not enjoy it, because I think I would really enjoy this series when I'm more in a fantasy mood. So I really enjoyed the, God, y'all. Words are failing me. It's very early today. But I did enjoy this. 4 stars. It does end on a cliffhanger, so definitely you're gonna want to start the second book. Why I didn't, you already know. So yeah, 4 stars. The next book I read in January was Rewind It Back. This is the last book in the Windy City series by Liz Tomforte, and this whole series I just absolutely love. This follows Rio and Hallie. Rio and Hallie dated when they were in high school and they thought they were going to be together forever. They thought they were going to get married, and then something happened between them and they completely quit talking to each other. Like once Rio moved out to Chicago, like they just completely separated, split ways, whatever. So then Hallie, after years of them not communicating, moves in next door to Rio, obviously not knowing that he lived next door. She also is a designer, and he hired her to renovate his house, not knowing that he was hiring Hallie. He didn't realize who he was hiring. And so obviously once he found out, he was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do this. Like, I don't like you. We don't like each other. And so eventually they come to an agreement, and she ends up renovating his house. And this is past and present chapters, so you're seeing them fall in love when they're teenagers, and then you're seeing them fall back in love while they're adults. And this was so good. I'm normally not a big second chance romance fan because the miscommunication really makes me angry. So it has to be done right, and this was done so right. Like, I absolutely love this. I rated this 5 stars. I've rated every book in the Windy City series 5 stars. I love all of them. So absolutely loved, 5 stars. The last book, I was gonna say the next book, which I guess it is, but the last book I read in January was Mile High by Liz Tomfore. This is actually the first book in the Windy City series. I skipped this book because it had so much hate around it, so I just didn't know if I was gonna enjoy it. Like, not very many people like this book, like a lot of people don't, so I skipped it and went to the second book, and then I just kind of continued the series and didn't come back to this one. But I knew I was always gonna come back to it. But oh my gosh, I don't understand the hate for this book. I loved this book, and I did rate it 5 stars. I don't understand the hate. So this book follows Xanders and Stevie, and so Xanders is on the hockey team or the NHL Chicago. We already know. He's on the NHL team and in Chicago. And so he has always put on this persona that he's just like this mean kind of guy on the team. Like, I don't know if mean's the best word. He's like this mean, like, player. He's just like a player as in like player, not like player on the team player. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, he puts on this persona when he's not like that, but it's kind of a show for the fans, and the fans like it. They want to see it. So he's always felt like if he actually showed his real, true personality, like now, even since he's been doing this for so long, like no one's gonna want that. So then he meets Stevie, who is a flight attendant for the team. It's like the same people every single time they travel. And their story was so cute. I honestly don't know the last thing I said because my memory card was full, so I had to go delete some videos, but pretty much all you need to know is that this was another 5 stars in the Windy City series. Again, all of them were 5 stars. I absolutely love this series, and I'm so sad that it's officially over now. So anyway, those were the 3 books I read in January. Now on to February, which is honestly probably going to be a little more boring than January because I read a trilogy, so I can't say much on it. But I read the Edge of Darkness trilogy, which I have a whole reading vlog up on this, so if you want to see my real-time thoughts on it, you can go watch that, which in that video is spoiler free as well. So if you want to go watch that but you haven't read it, that would be great for you. So anyway, so I obviously can't say too much on these without, like, I can't tell you what each book's about, obviously, because it's going to give it away. So I'm just going to briefly tell you what they're about. These are dark romances, but I just want to tell you guys they're dark romances, but they are not, the romance isn't dark. The themes are dark, but the romance isn't. I don't really like that when the romance is dark because it doesn't really feel like romance. Like, I just want like darker themes. Like, I can read that, but I'm not a big fan of when the romance itself is dark. So if that's more your speed as well, these books would be really good for you. But the themes are really dark, so definitely check your trigger warnings. But anyway, so this follows Kate and Stacy, and this is another second chance I read. As I said, I don't like second chances, but this was another one that was done so freaking well. Like, oh my gosh, it was done so good. And there is miscommunication in this, in a way. Not necessarily miscommunication, I mean kind of. It's more so they're not communicating and you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be angry, but like in the best way. Like, oh, it is so good. Normally I hate things like that. I don't like when there's a miscommunication or they're not communicating well, but it's done so good in these books. So pretty much they were together in high school, and another situation where like they thought they were going to be together forever, and then something happens. There's a lot going on behind closed doors when it comes to Stacy that Cade does not know about. Obviously Cade and Stacy break up and Cade hates her. Like, he despises her. I don't want to say anything without, there's a lot to this trilogy, and the more I say the more it's going to give it away, so I'm going to be as vague as I can. So anyway, he hates her now. Cade does not like her at all, but he also yearns for her. Like, he wants to be with her, but he hates her at the same time. So they end up getting back in contact after years of not talking to each other, and you see them like falling back in love. It's another situation where it's past and present, so you're watching them fall in love as kids, but you're also watching them fall back in love as adults, and there's so much happening to Stacy behind closed doors, but then there's also so much happening to Cade behind closed doors, and it is so heartbreakingly beautiful, and I love this trilogy so much. I rated every single book 5 stars. I honestly can't really tell you which one was my favorite. Probably either book 1 or book 3. Book 2 was, I mean, obviously it was also 5 stars, but those were just so good because obviously this one, like, you're meeting the characters, you're understanding them, but then once you finally get that like happy ending, because you're going to be frustrated as you read these, like, you're going to be upset. Like, I had so many emotions reading these, but those are my favorite books. Like, I want books that are going to draw the emotions out of me. So yes, these were all 3 5 stars. So the last book I read in February, which is my favorite book so far that I've read this year, like, oh my gosh, that is In the Veins of the Drowning. I simply, like, I can't get over this book. I tabbed this book. I'm hoping to go and make a TikTok, like, actually going back and annotating it, because I haven't, like, highlighted or anything. I've just tabbed it, and then I wanted to go back and actually highlight and stuff, because I wanted to be able to read the book and tab it, but I didn't want to have to, like, stop, highlight. I didn't want to do that because I feel like that kind of takes away from reading sometimes, so I tabbed it, and I'm hoping to, again, make a TikTok, like, going back and showing you guys me, like, doing the highlighting and annotating it and talking about the different quotes that I loved. So that was a really drawn out explanation of what I was trying to tell you that I was gonna go do. But anyway, this book, I genuinely believe this could be my favorite book of the year. Like, I know it's only, well, it's March today, but I know it's the not even like the full quarter, first quarter. You know, words are so hard. Words are so hard. But anyway, I know it's only the first quarter of the year, but I genuinely believe this could be my favorite book of the year. This book follows Imogen, who is a siren, and she lives in a kingdom where if she would be found out, like if someone found out she was a siren, she would be killed because the king, he's terrible. He's terrible. And so Imogen is to be married to the king's captain, and okay, my brain failed for a second. Anyway, she's to be married to the king's captain, and on her wedding day, another king from another kingdom comes by to be there for the wedding. I don't know. Anyway, he comes, and his name is Theodore, and he is like the youngest king in all of the different kingdoms, and he is not terrible, and he doesn't want to kill the sirens. Like, not all the kingdoms believe that. That is just her kingdom that she lives in. And so something happens between Imogen and the captain, and she goes to Theodore and is like, I need you to take me away. Like, I need you to take me to your kingdom. Like, I have to get out of here. And he somehow, some way agrees to that, and they end up going through, well, is that on the back? Let me not. Okay, it is on the back. Okay, I didn't want to like spoil it if it was a spoiler, but they end up doing this blood bond, which pretty much makes it where they always want to be together. They always want to be around each other. And so it's obviously giving forced proximity, which I'm gonna eat that up every time. Like, I love some forced proximity, but it makes them want to constantly be around each other. And the more they're around each other, the more that they're falling for each other. And oh my God, y'all. This book, I have never seen in a book or read in a book this much yearning. The yearning was, he's literally giving Anthony Bridgerton. Like, and I say that in full confidence. Like, he's giving Anthony Bridgerton, he's giving Mr. Darcy, he's giving Farmer George, he's giving all of the best yearners mashed up together. Like, I genuinely, and this is like a set like far back in time, so it's almost talked, it's almost like the dialogue and everything is spoken in a Bridgerton kind of way, and I love that because I love me some Bridgerton. But this was so unbelievably good. I simply can't get over it. Like, obviously, I don't annotate books like this. Like, I have never tabbed a book. I tried one time and I failed. But I was seriously, like, look at the amount of tabs. Please, if you take anything from me, please read this book. Like, I have been meaning to make a thorough review on it on TikTok, but I just haven't gotten a chance because it's been a really busy week for me, or past week, from exams. So I haven't gotten a chance to film a lot on it, but oh my gosh, please, please, please read this book. I simply can't get over it. It's my favorite book I've read so far. So those are the 7 books I read in the months of January and February. I hope you guys got some recs. Oh, also, I realized I rated like almost every book 5 stars. That is not the case every time, because I feel like if you think I rate every book 5 star, you're gonna be like, her recs suck. Like, she just reads 5 star, or everything she reads she thinks is 5 stars. But I swear I read what is recommended online, and so like I'm only gonna read the books that everyone's saying are 5 stars, and I feel the same. So I mean, what can I say? Like, not every time am I going to read a book and think it's 5 stars, but I just so happen to read a lot of good books these 2 months. So do with that what you will, but I hope you guys got some really good recs, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you so much. Bye.